Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I've been talking for almost 12 months now about a kind of discussion that we're going to be having coming up. Was Siege worth it or not? Not from a collector standpoint, but objectively speaking. However, we need to kind of finish off the Siege line first, and I'm not so concerned about Singe and Rung because they're not really part of the discussion that I'm planning. But you know who is? The last of the deluxes, and that would be this guy. He is the first of our Autobot target masters. Hopefully we'll get the other ones coming down the line, maybe in Earthrise. This, however, is a repaint and a reuse done right, because this is Siege Crosshairs, and he's going to be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, that's right, man, hit that notification bell because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, and the Autobot family, and have a look for me everywhere across social media. And this is a character I am extremely happy to add to my collection. We have the Decepticon Target Masters, and in the Siege line we actually got their Target Master partners. It's nice that we're starting to get the Autobot ones. Now, to be fair, there are those who will argue that, hey, this is just a reuse of Siege Ironhide. Indeed, it is, but it has, naturally a new head sculpt, and it's a logical reuse with some beautiful coloring and some fantastic paint applications. It would be nice if he specifically came with his Target Master partner, but perhaps there's a way we can fix that too. Without any further ado, let's head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And despite my recent claim that this week was going to be dedicated to a long time coming custom, I am being interrupted, and happily interrupted, by this guy. Well, at least he's one of the ones that's happily interrupting me. This, of course, is the new Siege Crosshairs, and you know, I really, when we got in the Titans Return line releases of the Decepticon Target Masters, I said then, hey, I hope we get the Autobot Target Masters, and I hope we get their Target Master partners. Well, we did get the Decepticon Target Master partners, and this is perhaps the start of our Autobot versions. Now, he didn't come with a Target Master partner himself, that being Pinpointer, but we might be able to rectify that as well. Nevertheless, let's start out and take a look at his packaging to start us off. And oh yes, here we have the Siege packaging. You can see I still have the price tag on it there. This came from EB Games. We have beautiful artwork over on this side of the character inside of the packaging, and on the back we have those product images that we so often get. They showcase him in both modes, and also using the Battlemaster Smashdown, who ironically I have paired with Ironhide. We have these wonderful Siege instructions, and yes, I actually think these are wonderful. Of course, my favorite page is, and of course this is my favorite page, it is the Accessory Stats page. Again, written in Cybertronian, so I don't know what exactly these are called. There are two configurations. The first one is like a battle axe. It's very strong, pretty accurate, and a great range. Then when we look at it as like an arm cannon, it, again, very strong, great range, not that accurate. And it looks like a black remold of the same accessory that came with Ironhide. No battle damage on this one. A lot of red paint up here. Again, we can bend this out. Silver paint inside. Kind of nice detailing in there. It's like a battle axe, hammer, shoulder launcher thing. And though many people are much more familiar with the version of Crosshairs from the live-action film franchise, notably from the Age of Extinction and the Last Night films, the G1 version is far different and infinitely better. Now don't get me wrong, I actually like the films more than most people, but I like the G1 representation here Better not because it's G1, but just because it is a better constructed character. Here's the funny part. Both of these are a deluxe. This green lad came out in the Last Night line and retailed for $29.99, and I added a ton of custom paint applications to him. This new Siege one is also a deluxe, and it too was $29.99. I said during the Last Night line that the price increase that started then with that line was absolutely not justified. Siege has been a little bit more of a mixed bag, but if we compare both of these side by side, I think it's easy to tell that the one that is definitely giving you the biggest bang for your buck is going to be the Siege one. And speaking of the Siege one, here he is with, I guess we would call them his mold brothers, Ironhide and Ratchet. Now Ratchet is a little bit more of a departure because he has remolded pieces, but Crosshairs here is a straight up mold reuse of Ironhide with a new head. To be fair, Ironhide I looked at in episode 534 and he pretty much got 10s across the board and he was innocent of the price increase. Ratchet, again, I did some custom paint apps on him, but he's pretty much 10s across the board. He too was innocent, and I looked at Ratchet in episode 588. Crosshairs here is just as good as those guys, if not better. He may even have more paint, as there is white paint fully on the inside of his chest piece. His upper shoulders, I think, are red plastic with blue paint on them. There's a ton of painted detail, for example, down on his legs. And even on his cannon thing, he still has about 12 or 13 ports that you can use, including putting this blaster thing on his back, just like with Ironhide. So in terms of functionality, he's a 10. In terms of conversion, he's gonna be a 10. But since we're here, I might as well show the articulation really quickly anyway, just for good measure. You can take that out of his hand, and the head goes left and right and sort of up and down. The arms still go all the way around, way out, biceps swivel, 90 degree, a little better than 90 degree at the elbow, wrist rotation. We have legs that can go all the way back, all the way forward. He can do the splits with the best of them, super duper ankle tilt, thigh swivel, knee to over 90 degrees. I did not use this tummy hinge and sort of angle this in as I did with Ironhide and Ratchet. I just put it up straight the way it is at a package, just to differentiate his look ever so slightly. Of course, we can take this and place it in the port here on his back, for example. He could get all cogged up or six-gunned up or whatever of the weaponizers you'd like to put on him. His head sculpt is glorious. Despite being a faceplate, it is one of the most unique and nicely molded faceplates. It is based on his G1 animation, as well as his look in the original Marvel Comics. I personally enjoy pairing him with the Battlemaster Trenchfoot, because why not? Trenchfoot is red and black just like Pinpointer. Naturally, Crosshairs can hold his little buddy in his hand, no problem at all. We know now that his articulation is a 10, just like the other ones. His paint apps, if we compare him to the G1 animation, as much paint as there is on him, they're still not perfect. Close on it though. Starting from the feet going up, yes, the feet should be black, and the shins should be blue, and the thighs red, and his abdomen area, not abdomen, his pelvis area black. All correct, going up the main body. His torso, mostly red. His windshield area should be white, so having it painted white inside is fine. The head is also black, and he's one of very few Autobots whose eyes are legitimately red. His eye visor is legitimately red, not blue like most of the good guys. Go figure. The upper arms should be that blue color. Now his forearms here on this guy are black. They should continue to be blue, and his hands should be white instead of black. So again, you're not mistaking this is Crosshairs. It's very close, but it is a little bit stylized at the forearms and hands. I'm going to say that his paint apps are a solid 9.5. So we have a 10, we have a 9.5. I can tell you now the transformation's a 10, and he looks like this. And I love this, man. I love the look. I love this blue. It's such a deep, beautiful, bright blue. Yes, the alt mode is definitely a little bit stylized. I think in the animation he was I want to say he was more of a carish mode, but maybe not. Maybe he was still sort of Cybertronian truck-ish-esque, kind of, sort of. However you want to cut it, this is glorious. I think it works so well for him. It worked excellent for Ironhide, it worked excellent for Ratchet, and it works fantastic for this guy as well. If Ironhide across the board was pretty much a 10, if Ratchet across the board was pretty much a 10, this guy's also pretty much a 10. Either you like the mold or you don't. If you do, this one is an absolute win, and those leg flaps are absolutely solid. I was lucky. The leg flaps are solid on all three of my versions. But I know a lot of people had issue with the Ironhide one. That's not the case here. Everything feels smooth and solid and fantastic. And here I am once again, and here he is, and I'm so happy to say that we're able to end off the Siege line, at least for the deluxes, with a verdict of innocent. And this guy definitely is innocent. His mass is so much more. His joints all work fantastic. There's beautiful paint on here, fantastic sculpting. The red and blue play off each other so nicely with enough paint to add some kind of much needed detail to sort of break up the monotony of the bland colors. At the end of the day, his look is fantastic. His mass is definitely acceptable for a price increase. His parts count is in the same ballpark, and his functionality and conversion is probably the smoothest of all three molds, arguably. I think he's a complete win. I cannot wait to get his other two partners, and by partners I mean his other two Target Master buddies. In terms of his actual partner, his little Target Master partner, well, we've got that covered too, thanks to the Alpha Strike Squadron set. Trenchfoot will serve as his partner, at least for now. We'll see if we ever actually get like an official release of his partner, but for now, Trenchfoot will stand in nicely, and honestly, he looks really good next to this guy. Anyway, let me know what you think about Crosshairs. You know my thoughts by now, and you know that I love to hear from you guys. I appreciate you dropping by, give me some of your extremely valuable time. You know that by now. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there is a donate link down in the description. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so very much. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, man, right here inside the videos.